NCRP Productions presents Fallout Beyond the Rad'wood Vale. Wood Island. Episode 3.
You're all walking up the bluff, just away from Southport. As you guys are climbing the dirt road ahead of you, the angle starts to increase and there's some shrub brush to your left and right. Maybe a few leafless trees that are slumped over from the severe winds that blow through here. As you guys are going, you're noticing that the fog has started to lift a little bit. Maybe to help catch your breath, you're popping your mask off so you can not breathe such muffled air. So, Flint, describe kind of how you'd be walking up this hill for me.
So Flint at this point is a bit on edge, a bit pissed off. So he's kind of not quite stomping, but he's determined. Mm-hmm. He's kind of looking over his shoulder, making sure that nobody else followed him from Wood Island, while also trying to keep an eye on the problem child that is Carson right now. So he's a bit on edge. He's not having a great time right now.
And what about how you're, are you carrying a gun in your hand? Or are you just kind of walking up with him, confidently at the lead of the pack?
Yes, he is leading his crew. He doesn't have his weapon drawn or anything right now. He keeps that relatively concealed.
Okay. Beneath your coat.
Yes, unless he needs to wield it.
Understood.
To show it off.
Cookie, you're also walking up. You're, in this particular situation, you're immediately behind Flint.
Right.
You're following him up the slope. The fog is lifting around you guys. You can see to the top of the bluff. You know that somewhere up there is this dock you're looking for. Describe what Cookie's doing.
So let me ask you this. We come out of the fog. There's no reason to keep the breather on, right? The
Correct.
mask. So I would take that off immediately.
Yeah. Probably catch your breath.
I've been to Southport before, correct?
Yep.
Have I been up to the bluff tents?
I doubt it. Maybe if you were a particularly, you wanted a good view or something like that, you might go up there, but there's no real reason unless you're a local.
Okay. So yeah, Cookie would be heading up, not really a care in the world. He's following the captain. Weapons on my back like we would normally carry them, but certainly not out. I've got the hunting rifle with me that I've been carrying since we left the ship. He would have his breather off as soon as we got out of the fog line, trying to breathe, whatever air this is here. It's better than what I'm breathing through the mask.
Yeah.
And just excited to see it. I haven't been up to the medical tents before.
Yeah. So as you, look back behind you, you can see this layer of fog at a lower elevation than the bluff's at right now. So you can't see the bay at all. There's just this kind of grayish green fog that kind of hangs over the whole Bay Valley.
And do we see it basically as an entire blanket, like at that level?
Correct.
It is that level as far as the eye can see, and otherwise it's clear.
Correct. And, for you, maybe this has been a few days since you saw clear skies, but it's nice to get up above it.
Mm-hmm.
You
it's
understand.
Nice to get the mask off.
Yeah, exactly. Carson, you're walking up. You just had that encounter with Flint about the booze. How's he walking up?
He's going to be quiet, a little reserved compared to how he normally is. He's not struggling with this walk. Physical exertion isn't too bad. He's going to be kind of looking out over, because he's, again, probably hasn't been this high either. And then just seeing that fun kind of fog roll, he's just, muttering to himself. He's like, always a bigger fish, huh?
And Buoy.
So Bowie's kind of tuning in to Captain Flint's frustration. He takes it upon himself as sort of a personal responsibility to keep the peace in the group and to sort of keep things balanced and productive. And so, with each agitated step by Captain Flint, he kind of winces and just kind of thinks about, how can we correct this situation and get back in the zone. He carries his bow in his right hand. His arrows are over his shoulder, just in the event that we need to react quickly without making a whole lot of noise.
Would you feel that your Buoy is responsible for Flint's foul mood?
I do. Anytime Captain Flint's in a foul mood, I do feel partly responsible. Whether it's direct because of something I did, or whether it's something that I failed to do, I definitely feel like Bowie's there to sort of keep the peace and keep things moving smoothly. And in this case, he's failed to do that.
I see. So you all continue walking up the slope a little further. Eventually, you guys get to the top of the bluff. The bluff itself does not have a defined peak to it. You just get up to a plateau, and ahead of you is more shrub brush, maybe a few more developed trees than you saw on the slopes. The trees themselves are still rather thin, if they have any leaves at all, as it's so close to the ocean and the radiation that comes off the ocean. You've heard that further inland, by like the villa or even two towns, that eventually that the trees start to get a little bit more green and clean, but you haven't seen it. And as you guys get up to the top of the bluff, you're guys going to turn to the right, head west out along the edge of the bluff. You're going to continue walking. You guys are going to walk for about half an hour. Is there anything in this half an hour that you would do, or was it just kind of a quiet walk?
Flint is still entirely focused on his surroundings. He's still almost paranoid at this point, looking around him.
Why are you paranoid?
We got information about this survivor.
Uh-huh.
We don't know who else has it.
Yeah.
We want to be the first ones there.
Okay. Do you express these concerns to anyone else?
No.
Okay. Anyone else have anything in this 30-minute walk that they think would be important?
Buoy's wondering what Captain Flint is thinking.
Yeah, Cookie would be picking up that something's wrong, but he doesn't know what. So he's just kind of alert. For him, he's thinking it's maybe something's going to jump us. Maybe the captain's heard about a Yaguai or something that's up in this area.
Yeah. Carson, you have anything?
No,
Okay.
he's doing his own introspection at this time.
So, I'd like everyone to roll a perception survival test for me, please.
Oh, 2 successes.
1 success.
Okay, the DC here is 2. So Cookie and Buoy, both of you, as you're walking up, you guys can see. You look kind of back to where to your right, to where Southport is. You can see a tall black mast sticking out of the fog over by Southport.
A mast.
Well, for lack of a better term, there's no sails to it, but there's a tall metal pole sticking out.
But the importance is that sticks up over the fog.
Correct.
That's important.
Correct.
Do we know a ship that has that tall?
You do. There is a ship known as...
The Dreadclaw.
Correct. The Dreadclaw.
He was right.
It is. Owned by Captain Gregory.
Hey, Captain. Captain Gregory's ship's here, I think. Right there.
We need to move.
But why? I mean, he's usually pretty cool.
Really, Cookie?
Well, I mean, we haven't had too many run-ins with him.
Not lately.
Well, not lately.
Well, besides Dirty Mike.
Not him. His men, yes.
Yeah.
Not him.
Well, that's Dirty Mike. I mean, he's always causing trouble. We tit for tat.
Yes. We need to move.
Yeah, you got it, Captain.
Carson, Buoy, let's get going.
Understood.
Double time.
Yes, sir.
So you guys continue at a greater pace along the bluff. Eventually, you guys get to a shack built on the edge of the bluff. The bluff ends kind of abruptly and curves to parallel the ocean. At the end of this cliff, there is a large 2-story shack, and it's currently sitting outside of its building. There's a couple garden beds that are not very well maintained, maybe a few faded green plants growing, and some old fence boards that have been put around them to simulate that of a fence, but they really don't block anything. The building itself is dark right now, and you don't see any signs of movement.
Okay. Slowly approach it. Call out, Peter. Peter.
So you're calling out Peter? Mm-hmm. Okay. Anyone else? What is anyone else doing? You're just standing behind?
I'm drawing an arrow. I'm not pulling it back, but I'm just knocking it just in case.
Sure.
Buoy just pulled that off. I'm going to pull my hunting rifle into position.
Okay. Yeah, you hear no return from the building.
All right. I'm going to go open the door.
I can go knock for you, boss.
Hey, Captain, shouldn't there be, medics in there? Shouldn't just be someone up there recouping alone.
There should be someone. Anybody. Carson, go ahead.
And then I'll move up.
So you walk up. There's a slight porch to this shack. You walk up the steps as they squeak as you step up there. I would like you to please take a agility survival test for me.
Got a 12 and a 2.
Okay.
And my agility is 5 and survival is 3, so pass by 1.
Pass by 1. All right. So flat success. Right as you're about to take your last foot onto the top board, you can see that there's a small wire going across the top step. And just to the side of it, you can see the wires are connected to a pin on a grenade.
Raise my foot back and kind of move it back behind me like I'm stepping back. I'm going to start looking around on the ground and along the edge lines of stuff.
Carson, what is it?
Someone doesn't want visitors, Captain.
What you got there?
Got a what would they call it? I imagine we use like dynamite fishing, but like what would we use in this term? Got a concussive round for a fish up here. The type that does a mean bit of saw work on the rest of us.
Can you get it unhooked? I mean, come in handy.
Buoy.
I'm used to this, disarming the high explosives.
You got nimble fingers.
I'm gonna point, like when you come up, I'm gonna point out where it's at, and then I'm gonna like back away and try to look around the house, trying to keep an eye out. Like, are any of the windows? Are there even windows? Or are they like all boarded up?
There are windows. They're covered in a layer of dust.
Is there anything I can like wipe away and kind of like?
Yeah, if you want to continue, step over the trap
Yeah.
and walk up onto the porch and put your eyes up against the glass and like wipe away some dirt.
Yeah, I want to take it slow because I want to make sure no one's going to interrupt Buoy, and I also want to keep trying to make sure because clearly something has gone terribly wrong on this.
Absolutely. Yeah, you move some dirt off the window and you kind of cup your eyes around the there and you look inside and you can see an overturned table, a couple broken chairs. There's some cabinets from the kitchen that everything's been torn out.
Place looks like it's been ransacked.
Carson, get in there. We need to find something. Anything.
Understood.
Cookie, help him out.
You got it, boss.
Haste may be unwise, Captain. We don't know how many other traps there might be.
Is the explosives on the stairwell going to the door, correct?
Yep.
And the window, can I see, is enough, like, could I throw myself through it if I
You
need
could,
to?
or you can even go through the front door. The trap was at the top of the stairs to the porch.
Gotcha.
You stepped over it.
Because I didn't want to use the door if it's going to set off.
It's not going to set off that trap.
I'm going to... The window's the safer.
Brother,
Well, because again, like...
Carson, what you doing?
He just literally throws himself through the glass.
That's essentially, essentially, as I was going to punch the glass, I was going to punch the glass and then, like, lift it up from the inside, 'cause I'm assuming I can't lift it from the
The
outside.
hell you doing that for?
Well, they trapped the floor, probably trapped the door.
Yeah, so you stand to the side and throw the door open. Come on.
Carson,
And
get in
get,
there.
and get Buoy, and I'm going to lift it up as I'm just like, and then crawl in.
yeah, you do that. So you take your spiked knuckles and it shatters the glass. No big deal. You reach in, unlatch it, and just slide it up. Do you just kind of nimbly step in, or do you like dramatically jump through the open window?
They heard the noise, but I'm not. This is no dynamic jump. This is going to be the like foot in, because I want to look in first, make sure nothing's like board nails.
Sure.
And then that way, if I need to lean back, I can.
So as you look in, you see board nails behind the window that are like right there. It goes out about 2 feet out, so that anyone who like comes through and jumps over is going to land on some sharp, rusty nails.
These people are as qualified at hunting man as we are at lurking.
What you got in there?
We got boarded up nails. Do I see any other traps behind, like from there?
Take another perception explosives test.
Take a look behind the door.
Perception explosives. Yeah, I have nothing in explosives.
So just a base perception then.
5. Let's do this. Nope.
Yeah,
nothing there.
I'm imagining it's dark and dirty and dusty, and I'm just like looking at the nails. I would just assume everything's terrible. I can't see anything. I'm surprised I haven't heard a gunshot yet.
Buoy, how long you coming on that grenade?
So, right.
I be
Out of
able to
character,
get in?
why do we need to disarm the grenade if we know about it and we can just step over it? Do we really just want the grenade that bad? Or can
Yes!
Think how many Myers
Captain?
we can catch.
It might come in handy if we had to flee this location. We can all jump over the grenade and whatever's chasing us can
It
just run
might
into
come in
it.
handy, and we can just throw it.
You're
at
talking about
everybody
they
else.
already gets into the building with us, and then we fight and we jump
I mean,
out,
maybe
and they
within
run
the
out?
building didn't set the trap.
Yeah.
Cookie, go around back. See what you can find.
Got it, Captain.
What were you going to ask?
I was going to ask, looking in, with how far it is there any way for me to get in without stepping on it?
Yeah, now that you can see them, you can, now that you can see the nails, you can easily step over them and clear it.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go in, boss. If you hear anything exploding, it's probably me.
Okay, so Carson, you're climbing through the window. Cookie, you're going around back.
Yeah, I'm going slow with the grenade. How high's the grass?
Oh, there's the garden bed to your right,
Okay.
but around the sides of the house, it's mostly beach grass. So it's
Okay.
about knee high.
So I'm taking it halftime. I'm
Perfect.
definitely looking because if they've done the window and nobody's going to just lock the front down.
And Buoy, what are you doing?
So I was examining the grenade trap, but now that everybody's sort of running off in different directions, I'm just kind of keeping an eye over everyone and seeing what results in their movements. I'm a little worried about Carson. I think it's being a little
Impetuous?
Impetuous. Thank you. That's the
Welcome.
exact word I was looking for. Yeah. So I'm kind of keeping a closer eye on Carson than the other two, but I am watching Cookie as well.
Okay. And you're not attempting to disarm the trap.
Not directly, but I mean, I kind of.
How are you going to indirectly disarm it?
No, I'm not immediately. Let me put it that way. I was planning to disarm the trap, but then on second thought, I thought like, well, what's the advantage of disarming this trap? I have no idea how this grenade works. I could take my best guess, but I'm just kind of like.
Flint is going to walk up behind you and crouch down next to you.
Yeah.
Buoy,
Yes, sir.
what are you feeling?
I don't know, Captain. This thing. I mean, I'm not too sure how these things work. We
No,
can disarm
not-
it if we need to, but
Not the grenade, Buoy. The situation.
Oh, yeah. Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right with me at all, Captain.
What do you reckon?
I'll take a deep breath and I'll just kind of look around. I'll just say like, this feels something like a trap, something fierce.
So, Cookie,
Yep.
you're walking through the beach grass to the right of the shack. The shack itself is built about 5 feet from the edge of the bluff. As you go walking through the beach grass, I would like for you to take a perception survival test.
No successes.
Okay. So you continue walking through when you start to smell before you see the smell of like rotting flesh. And occasionally you start to see a few flies.
Which we haven't seen until now.
Correct. Start buzzing around. And you're not quite to the back of the house yet. Are you going to do anything or...
Hey, cat, there's something back here. It don't smell right.
Come on, Buoy.
Yes, sir.
What is it?
Give me a sec.
So as you do, you take a step forward and the clink of a bear trap clamps down on your leg.
Every character, every game.
I know.
Literally a trap.
So, for the record, the difficulty for that was 2. I reduced it to 1 since you said you were taking it slow. Still no successes, unfortunately. So, you're going to take, it is 3 damage. So, it is going to be just 2 to the leg.
Ah!
Flint's
Cat,
gonna,
I'm in something.
Flint's gonna double time it.
Yep. So, you come sprinting around as well. I would like, are you following as well, Buoy?
Buoy immediately follows Captain Flint towards Cookie, like getting as far as the edge of the porch, and then he just kind of like skids to a halt and realizes that if there's one trap, there could be more. So he's just kind of watching Captain Flint's path, and assuming he doesn't hit anything, he might follow it.
Yeah.
But in the event that he does, then we're gonna have 2 people caught in traps. So I'm kind of waiting to see what happens before I commit.
Okay. Carson, you finish climbing through the broken glass of the window. You step over the nails. You are in a living room. The living room itself is open to the left where the hallway is for the front door and opened ahead of you to the kitchen. The whole place is ransacked. Cupboards are open, chairs are knocked over. If the chairs had any kind of upholstery, they've been cut and the fabric has been, or the stuffing has been pulled out and spread across the room. You see there was an old fireplace. All the wood has been taken out and spread out. You don't see any other rooms as of right now besides the hallway to your left and the kitchen ahead of you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna go check the.
He heard Cookie
yeah.
scream.
Have I heard the scream yet, or is this continuous?
Right as you step in and look around, you hear, Cap, I got something back here.
Which direction was that coming from?
To your right.
Then I'm gonna kind of. That's a wall, right? And
There's a
nothing-
wall. There's no windows on that side.
You guys all right? What's going on out there?
I stepped in something.
You hear him say that as you see both Flint and Buoy go running by the windows behind you.
I'm gonna go into the kitchen to see if I can try to find another way around. Then.
Okay.
Again, this house is locked up tighter than a mountain oyster. So I'm gonna like look around to make sure I'm not stepping on tripwires, because like especially with things strewn, and then we have the grenade outside, the planks here. Clearly, there's a third trap. These are people trapping it when they left, not trapping it beforehand. This is someone's already baited the crab pot, and the crabs are already gone.
So you come walking in. As you enter the area between the living room and the kitchen, you can see that broken glass, not from your window, has been spread across the floor. Do you continue into the kitchen?
I'm gonna step around it, not trying to.
So it's laid out to where there's no way to avoid.
Yeah, just because I have fair boots, I'm gonna like lean into the doorway first. That way,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to not get my head blasted or something swinging by me. So yeah, quick look, see nothing immediate, then go through.
Okay, so you look through the entryway to the kitchen. You don't see anything immediately right now, and as you step forward, the of broken glass continues. Cookie, you're outside. Your leg, it's caught in a bear trap. What do you do?
Well, are they coming?
Yeah,
Hear them
so
already?
as you've made all these multiple shouts, Flint comes running around the corner. He's coming at you at a good pace.
I can hear them coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm still going to look around. Before I do anything with the trap, I'm going to look and see what's there.
Okay. So you can see ahead of you, towards the cliff, several ropes going from the back of the house off the edge of the cliff. And you don't see what's the end of the rope. You see 3, and you can't even see where they're tied to on the house because that's currently blocked by the corner. But you can just see 3 ropes going over the bluff.
Can I see the meat that I'm smelling?
No. So, Flint.
Damn it, Cookie, what is it?
Well, most of the trap got caught on my plate here, but I got to get this damn thing off me. I see a couple of ropes heading over the back. They're rappelling down, it looks like.
Oh, damn it. Sit still. Hold on.
Yep.
Pry him out of the bear trap.
Okay. So, yeah, you go down there. The 2 of you together, no test required. It's easy enough. You pry it open. You get enough tension to get his foot out. But you don't do the full force to reset it.
No, because we're letting it close.
Yep, it closes back. Buoy, what are you doing?
Once Captain Flint gets to Cookie, then I will plot a path basically exactly where he walked. I'll try to walk as close to where he walked as possible. I'm assuming there's some kind of grass or some kind of obvious marker there. So I try to stay in his footsteps and follow up.
Is this how Bowie's so lucky? He just follows other people who...
Well,
So-
if I had gone first, that'd be a
lucky
different
to-
story.
So, Cookie, you're out of the trap. What do you do now?
Well, Cap's right with me, so I'm going to step around the corner to look back. I still want to know what that meat smell is.
So you step around the corner of the shack. There's about, like I said, 5 feet separating the house from the edge of the bluff. Out beyond the bluff, by the way, is just that... It probably goes down 30 feet, and then there's that fog sitting there.
And out the back, does it look like the bluff is collapsing regularly, or it's something that's over years it's just eroding away?
Years of erosion.
Okay.
You assume that at some point when this was first built, it was probably further away from the bluff, but the bluff slowly erodes over
What
time.
I'm looking for is if I step on it, it's going to immediately collapse.
You don't
Now, this
think
is
so.
something where it's just been eroding year after year after year because of
Correct.
the rains and the mist and the fog.
The back of the house has no porch, but there is a small, narrow set of staircases that goes up to a back door.
Gotcha.
There's the 3 ropes. You can see now all 3 are tied to pillars, or the posts that hold the house up, and they go over the edge of the bluff.
Okay, so I lean against the house. Hey, Carson, there's a back door. Can you find it?
So as he says that, Carson, you're walking into the kitchen. There's a center island with a butcher block in it. The butcher block has a meat cleaver stuck into it, and several cabinets in an L shape around you. There's no sink. This was built after the end, so there's no plumbing here. There is a wash station where people can bring water in to wash, but other than that, just to the left, the kitchen opens up to that same hallway that ran through the whole center of the house, and you can see the back door right there. However, from this side, you can see that there is a string from the back door going up to a double-barrel shotgun that is pointing at the back door.
Yeah. Question.
Yep.
Carson is immediately having, we're lucky as sea folk. Our biggest things are the monsters that live under the water, but the worst types are man.
Yeah.
Carson's having a sneaking suspicion this may be raiders, or this may be some type of slavers, because this is way too heavily fortified. There's the shotgun at the end. You're going to see, Carson's going to stop, raise his hands up like he's ready to fight. Look, everyone stop!
What?
There's a shotgun on the other side of the door. People got this place trapped up.
Well, I ain't going in the door.
It doesn't matter. These are slavers or raiders.
Yeah, but they're what?
This is too much. This is too much for a hospital. We got
Carson,
set up.
Carson, can you disarm it?
Yeah, get us a shotgun.
Step away from the door.
I ain't in front of the door.
All right, and I'm going to go shoot the shotgun.
Yeah,
because I definitely don't have the skills
To disarm it?
to disarm.
Yeah. So you're all standing out there. You hear, I'm going to disarm it.
Damn it! You okay?
Yep.
And
Well, stop wasting shells.
You're going to see that there's a kind of a fist-sized hole blown in the door in between, where the door connections to the door frame.
Because I'm assuming I had to walk into that hallway section before I get there. Quick look down the hallway, because again, Carson's 100% someone's here to kill us.
Now that you look down the hallway, you can see that there is no doors underneath the staircase, but there is a staircase just parallel the hallway that goes upstairs.
Okay.
You want me to draw it?
Yes, I apologize.
No, you don't apologize. I don't mind drawing. Helps if it helps visualize.
Yeah, because I got the kitchen and the living room. That was a good one. And then I
Yep.
was like,
Yeah, I get you.
gotcha, I understand what that was.
So you're
now.
looking through this door. You
Yeah.
just disarmed the trap here. There's a staircase going up. There's no doors built into here.
Yep, all right, that's what I was thinking. I was just trying to understand what
The house goes out probably to about here.
Copy that. Okay, yeah. I'm going to, after I shot off the door, I'm going to see if I can open it for them and get them in here. All right,
Does
guys.
the door open?
Yeah,
It does.
You done shooting off bullets?
I disarmed the trap.
That ain't the way you disarm it, boy.
Cookie, get moving. Come on. Get
So-
in
All
there.
right.
You guys
Still looking for the meat.
So, as you guys kind of walk along this narrow gap between the house and the bluff, the smell is extremely strong here. And you look over the edge, and you can see that at the end of these 3 ropes, there's 3 people.
Oh, they're all above the level of the fog.
Correct. They're only a couple feet down.
Hung?
Correct. And they're all hung along the bluff. And
All
there,
right.
you can see that there's flies buzzing on them, and
All right, skip my idea that maybe they was repelling.
Really?
Well, they ain't good at it if they did.
Let's haul one of them up. Got to see who they were.
I'll start pulling.
okay.
Cap, you want me to keep checking the house?
Keep roaming. Buoy, get on in there with them. Help them out.
I'm still on the porch as far as I remember. No, yeah, actually, I had come down and
Yeah, you had followed him.
I had followed. Yes, sir, Captain. And I'll just kind of pick my way back through the trail we've already traveled.
You go back through the window. You don't go through the back door
No, I
that's now
mean
open.
through the grass.
Right. Are you
Yeah.
going back to around to the front of the house, or are you going through the back door that
Yeah.
Carson's opened?
Yes.
Yes to what?
Yes, I'm going through the back door that has been disarmed.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
Captain, these things are powerful, stinky.
Oh, man.
They've been here a while.
So you guys are pulling up this rope with a body at the end. Carson, you're inside the house. What are you doing right now?
Do I see Buoy yet? Or
No.
Nope. Captain told me to go. I'm going to go down that hallway. Now I'm definitely like easing like less than half speed even.
Okay.
Because it's the like creaking of the wood, trying to feel if there's like anything that like
Yeah.
if I'm going to get tiger trapped.
Yep. Also, please take a perception survival.
I'm going to use luck because I just got 2 20s.
Oh my
so this is the
God.
worst complication. Using a luck to is it reroll both?
Nope,
One.
one for one.
So you're still getting that complication.
Unless you're rolling 2.
Unless you want to burn 2 luck.
No, we'll just go with the 1. I still need that in case there's later fights or
Okay.
issues. 13. No, don't nothing.
So a flat failure.
Nothing in a complication.
Okay. So a failure plus a complication.
Yep.
So you're going to go walking down this hallway, and right as you get to the center port, that kind of is the middle of the house between the distance of the kitchen to the living room, the floor is going to give out, and you're going to go falling through, and it's going to you can see that the bottom of the house has been dug out so that there's a pit here, and that there's sets of old rebar that have been sharpened up and barbed wire.
Yeah.
And you go falling down there.
Knew it. Tiger trap.
So this will be to the
This
body.
case,
And it's gonna be-
Mudhound trap.
It's going to be 6d6.
Maybe this one will require first aid.
Yeah.
I haven't got to use it yet. I thought I was going to get to use it on the bear trap, but didn't need it.
So this is going to be 7 with piercing 1.
7. Piercing, where is it going to?
Body.
Body. Okay. It's torso. So 7. So piercing 1 says it ignores one
One,
of my.
one level of damage reduction.
Okay. So 2. So I take 5 points of damage.
Yep.
Okay.
So as this piece of rebar goes up.
5 points of damage in 1 hit.
Correct.
Yeah.
So with that, your torso is now considered crippled. Mm-hmm. Which I believe, one second, I believe that means you're suffering
aid is finally
bleeding. Let me check.
Bowie's going down the hall. Yes, yes, yes! Carson, this is awesome.
So you fall through, you take 5 damage. In Fallout, if you take 5 direct damage, you are crippled in that body location. This is to the body, thus you are now bleeding. At the end of each of your turns, you're going to take 2d6 of damage, ignoring all of damage reductions.
Gotcha.
So as you fall, you only fall about 4 feet, but a piece of rebar goes up through your lower gut, and you're like stuck on it.
All of a sudden you'll be like, oh, Brahmin! Yeah, right into the
Hell,
wall.
there's Brahmin inside.
Didn't know if I could say Brahmin shit. Just be like, but he's like, he's cursing. He's trying to like suck in wind and not blood at this point. And he's like, tap, it harpooned me, fell through the floor.
What? So he's gonna drop.
So at this point, Flint, you are halfway pulling this body up when you hear the sound of wood breaking, and you hear Carson. You can't hear what he's saying. You just hear Brahmin shit.
Okay, so I guess at that point it doesn't really sound like he's in mortal danger. So he's, damn it, Carson. He's gonna keep on pulling up the body.
Okay. Buoy. You're walking up the steps to the back door, and you look in right as he drops and see this. What do you do?
All right, so the back door is in not the door we originally came through.
That was the front door. Yeah.
That was the front door. And you did shoot the shotgun that was guarding the back door.
Yes.
Okay.
So you can come in unmolested.
So I will hesitantly enter through the back door. Kind of just ducking down and just opening the knob, twisting the knob just in case he missed something. My confidence in Carson's observation skills is not the best. So I'm I'm prodded forward by my concern about Carson's safety, but at the same time, I don't want to get myself stuck in a trap. So I'm moving forward.
Hesitantly?
Hesitantly, but, quickly.
Okay. Carson, I would like you to roll 2d6 as you take bleed damage right now.
Oh, no.
Because of Buoy delaying his actions.
3.
You're going to take 3 more damage as you bleed out.
Yep.
Oh, boy.
So this is a lot of blood.
Oh yeah.
So what would you... do you have any kind of medical ability or skill or knowledge or anything like that?
No. Nope.
Okay.
Carson's just been a hardy person all his entire life.
Yeah.
He's used to getting tossed around. Essentially, he's just going to try to choke through it. He's just going to be like...
Are you going to try to get yourself off of this spike?
He has enough knowledge that he shouldn't remove himself. How long is this spike?
About 3 feet.
Can he... It's rebar, but he's... Knowing how Carson works, he's going to try to break it off like you would an arrow and then keep the part in him. Because he can't pull himself off, and he definitely can't take this whole thing.
So just understand, it's a thumb width thick piece of rebar. Just clarifying, you understand what you're going to do here.
I mean, look, he can try to pull himself off. This is going to cause a massive amount of injury, and he doesn't have any real chance to medically. So he's like, I know I get injured, and I kind of just have to bring that to Buoy. And he doesn't know how close Buoy is because Buoy hasn't made himself known.
Okay.
So he's like,
So are you going to pull yourself off or try to break the rebar?
God.
how much do I feel is inside me then?
You probably feel about 7 inches.
Rebar is really hard to break.
Yeah, he's going to try to break it. He's
Okay.
He's intelligence, but he's
There's going
not.
to be a difficulty of 4.
That's understandable.
Does he have any rebar lore?
And this is going to be strength something. One second.
Oh, God.
Strength and arms.
I mean,
Yeah, probably strength. Yeah. This is going to be strength unarmed.
designed to hold a house up.
Yep.
You're a human being.
Yep. He's just angry. He's fucking trying. He's like, I can't. He's like, Buoy told me I can't pull myself out. And I'm like, fuck, where is he? No, I won't use our token to do it. I'm going to try to just get 4 through this.
Use it.
You sure?
Why would you not use
absolutely.
it?
This is
do
the
it.
time to use
Okay.
it.
I'll use the
Absolutely.
chip to get another. Because we don't have any more, so I can't buy any more. Let's see. You can do it. 3, 10, and 14 out of unarmed and strength, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 2 successes, because even though this is under, it's not attack skill.
It's
Actually, it is attack skill.
Yeah.
So that counts as double? Is it critical?
Correct.
All right, so I got 3.
So 3 successes. So you sit there and you try to, and you twist, you're twisting, and the rebar bends. Rebar is easy to bend. It's
Yeah.
really hard to break. And so you bend the rebar, and so maybe there's not as much tension on you anymore, and it's a little more wobbly, but it's still there, and it's still inside you.
And it stings.
Please take 2 more dice of damage as your turn ends.
1 more damage.
Take 1 more. So, Buoy, you're cautiously walking forward, and you get to the edge now, and you can see Carson down there struggling like a fox in a bear trap.
Carson, get your hands off that thing. Don't make it worse than it needs to be. How far down is he?
Oh, he's not far at all. He's his head's probably sticking out of this hole.
Okay.
It's only about a 4-foot deep pit. And then the pit itself is dug below the house, and the house itself is like a foot off the ground. So, yeah, his head's probably sticking out if he's standing.
So I'll kind of look at him, and I'll look at how big Carson is, and I'm like, oh, God. I might need some help with this, Carson. Just stay still, man. Just don't make it worse.
Okay.
I mean, can
But I did almost get it.
How can I get him out of here?
Wait, your priority right now is to stop the bleeding.
Yeah, but he's impaled, right? I mean, you can't. I mean,
You can see Carson literally lift up his bloodied, soaked hand, like running down his side, like
Come on, help me out.
it's pretty much like
a lot of
paint.
blood, Buoy.
He's like, you told me to keep it in. Now, do you want it out or in?
so I'm fishing around in my medicine bag. I take out like a piece of like what looks just like wood or bark, and I'll toss it there. I'll toss it down. I'll be like, Carson, chew on this.
How's you gonna plug it?
No, I got something else for that. Yeah, this will make it hurt a little less.
And grab and just start biting into the wood. Because
Yeah.
you trust Buoy. He's done patchwork before.
Okay.
He's just like, ugh.
So what is this that you threw
So
down
this
to
is
him?
like willow bark, right? So it has like the natural effect of aspirin.
Okay.
So like Buoy may not know that it's willow bark because that's what we call it, and maybe he doesn't call it that, but he knows that it's got a pain relieving attribute.
So where did this come from as far as the the game mechanics?
It just came from my medicine bag. So instead of having normal first aid equipment, I have
I see. So you're using
herbal medicine.
You're essentially
Yeah.
just doing a medicine test on him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You want to roll that for me
Yes.
as well?
Yes, I do. I would love to. Oh, this looks bad. Okay, so I'm going to roll medicine plus survival due to my trait Tools of the Old World, but I'm going to have complications on a 19 or 20 instead of a 20. So,
Poison bark.
Wormwood.
Yeah.
It's will-o-wisp wood.
It's not medicine.
Oh shit, that was the mandrake. No.
2. Oh, and one's a crit. So 3. Yay!
So Buoy hands you down this piece of bark, and you start chewing on it. And it's nasty, but you do feel like your adrenaline starts to decrease a little bit, and the pain of the rebar in you is less.
So, right, I'm not sure how to get him out of there. I do want to stop the bleeding with my 3 successes. If I can keep him from bleeding out entirely. Can I reach his wound from the hallway? Or is it too low?
No, absolutely you can. If you get down on your belly, you can easily reach down and reach his wound.
So, right, so I'll lay down on my belly. From my medicine pack, I'll pull out like a clump of like light green goo, and I'll start pasting it around the rebar
Okay.
before we pull him off.
Okay.
So his first medicine check, what does that ultimately do? What is...
That's a good question. I was trying to look up what the medicine bag does.
Yeah, right. It's just a medicine or a first aid, but they're the same role.
Well, yeah, but like, does it give health?
First aid is like in combat, and medicine is like to heal injuries outside of combat. So if you were crippled in your torso, then there's a chance that medicine could heal that, I think.
There is no first aid, it's just medicine.
Well, right, but medicine during combat is first aid.
It's triage.
What's
Bad guys.
your medicine rating, Josh?
4.
So you get 4 hit points back.
Oh, sorry, 3.
3 hit points back.
Okay.
Oh, my survival, but I substituted survival for medicine because of Old World tool,
Is it
so it's a 4.
4?
So it is a 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Sorry.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
So while you're helping Carson, outside, Flint and Cookie, you guys bring up this rotting corpse from below the bluff, and it flops onto the edge of this, the dirt next to you, and just a swarm of flies.
Oh, cat. I think this has been here longer than a day or two.
In the sun, too. Oh, man.
Yeah, you know.
Cookie, what can you see on that thing?
What do I see?
So you're going to take a intelligence survival.
Very nice.
That is 3 successes.
Okay. So the DC was 1, so you get 2 back to the group. You look on there, and you find... So you think this body's, pretty far decomposition. However, being left out in the sun accelerates things. You would suspect, based on that roll, that he's probably been here 4 days.
And he was hung?
No.
No,
so
just
you,
thrown over the edge.
So what you continue to look is you can see that this particular individual was killed via some sort of spikes through the torso.
I'm sorry, when I meant hung, how was he thrown over the edge?
Oh, it's around his neck.
It is around his neck.
Yeah.
Wow, Captain.
But you could tell he wasn't killed by the hanging. It looks like they threw the body over the edge.
Whoever took him out must have hated him. He got spiked through the body, and then he got thrown around his neck, thrown over the edge. I mean, if he was alive, he wasn't alive. You know what I mean?
Yep. As you continue to assess him, you look at his clothing. He's got a raincoat, He's got some overalls on. You see some gloves. He looks like he's a lurker.
He's probably a lurker like you and me.
Probably one of them.
One of them good lurkers.
One of them good lurkers, you know what I mean? Them night lurkers.
What'd that Mao do?
That damn Liam.
What?
He set us up here.
You think Liam set him up?
Set him up.
You're saying you think Liam set us up?
For sure. It has to be him.
Well, but why? Why?
I don't know. Something to do with the scarecrow.
Well, what's the deal? And I'm going to look over the edge. Do I notice that the other ones seem to be the same thing? Like now that I'm looking for spikes in the chest. And...
So they don't have the same injuries. Without getting close, you can't really tell
But
what
they're all
killed them.
hung.
They're all hung. They're all rotting. They're all wearing lurker clothes.
Captain, I mean, you don't just have a medical shed with nobody in it. Maybe these is the docs.
We need to
But that
get
means somebody came and got the guy.
We need to get the boys and move.
Yeah. Do we leave him here? I mean, burial at sea?
Cut the ropes.
So
Cutting the ropes.
you lean down to cut. We're gonna cut back. Back to Buoy. Buoy, you're leaning down. You're putting a salve around Carson.
It's like, take it easy, Carson. This will be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
So please take another medicine test as you reach into your bag.
6 and 11. That's 2 successes. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, 2 successes.
So 2 successes. The DC for this is 1. So that is 1 success. You stabilize him. So you stop him from bleeding out. So Carson, you don't have to make a roll.
Would this indicate that he also got me out of the spike?
Nope.
No, no, that's
no
a
longer
whole
gushing
nother-
blood.
That's a whole other problem that you're gonna have to deal with. I can feel it in my lungs.
trying to keep you from dying on the spike.
Just imagine he's like putting it's like putting icy hot around. It's like just it stings, but you got to get rid of the. You just kind of glued it in there now.
You got like that piece of bark sticking out of the corner of your mouth too that you're gnawing on.
Yeah, just sitting there chewing it like fucking spit, like
Chew on
spit.
the bark, Carson. Please just
Tastes like scum.
try not to
water.
move too much. You might make it worse. Let me go get a help. Let me go get a hand for this.
So Buoy, you get up, you go walking outside. As you walk
No,
outside,
don't leave me.
you hear him go, "Don't leave me!" As you walk down the steps. Carson's dead.
All of a sudden, Bowie's pulling rope. Guys, you found my secret house.
Don't leave me.
No, I'm just kidding. So you walk outside, and you see Cookie leaning over. He's about to cut some rope.
Right. So I'll say, Captain. And when you turn, I'm sort of like white as a ghost.
You see his hands are covered in blood.
Where's
And
Carson?
that makes it worse. Yeah, Captain, I'm gonna need a hand in here.
Move! Flint's gonna rush in to the house.
Okay. Cookie, what do you do? You're in the process of
Hey,
cutting.
don't leave! Hang on! I'm saucing through them.
Okay, are you going to stay out here until you cut
Yeah.
all 3?
Yeah.
And you plan on just dumping the bodies off
Yeah,
the
all
edge?
I'm doing is cutting and letting them fall.
Cool. Are you going to push the one that you brought up off?
Yeah.
Okay. Ugh.
Yeah, well,
You get a
I
long stick.
figure what I'll do is I'll saw
Plops
through the rope and then pull it over the edge.
Okay, fair
I'm not
enough.
gonna grab it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so Captain, we had a bit of a complication in here. I could use an extra set of hands.
You see me waving.
Just like his hand sticks out over the...
Carson, what happened?
I'm too heavy for the floor.
Bowie, help me out with this. Come on.
Right.
So Flint's gonna jump down into the pit.
Can you stand in the pit without standing on the rebar?
Not really. No.
Oh, okay.
No. So the rebar is pretty tightly spaced. Maybe
Okay.
like get a foot here and there, but the rebar themselves come up 3 feet from the ground. So there's there's not really a good place to stand really.
Got it. Okay.
And then on top of that, in between all the rebar is barbed wire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So Flint's not gonna hop down in there.
No.
Carson, you might want to chew a little tighter on that bark there. This is going to hurt.
I'm gonna take off my gauntlets and put those in, and I'm gonna be like, Bowie, you look worse than a ghoul rotted over. Come on.
Carson, give us your
working on
hands.
I'm gonna put my hands up.
So right, we're gonna arrange ourselves to where like one of us is at the upper half of his body and one of us is at the lower half of his body, and we're gonna try to lift him off without causing any more.
So
serious
how are you going to
damage.
get to his lower half?
Want me to jump?
So
Do you mean each person's going to take each arm?
yes, I'm gonna grab his right arm. You're gonna grab his left arm.
Because his legs are down
Yeah.
in between poles
Okay.
of rebar.
Okay, yeah. If we
We're
can't
gonna-
reach his legs, then
We're
I
gonna
guess we
yank
have
him
to go
up.
by the arm.
He's a tough boy. He can handle it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Shoot tight.
On the count of 3, Carson.
I'm gonna move the wood over to you. See me like quickly, like move it like a mouth guard.
And in classic fashion, buoy on 2. So 1, 2, and then we yank you up.
And you pull on 2.
Yep.
Ah! Carson, please take a endurance athletics test for me.
Endurance, athletics. Okay, that's a 9 and a 3.
So need a 12 or less.
10 and 9. No, so 2 successes.
Okay, you do not pass out from the pain as they pull this out, and you guys hear the sucking as this piece of rebar 7 inches covered in blood comes out of Carson's chest, and you pull him up and throw him onto the floor.
It's not over yet, Carson. I'm just gonna
Roll over.
stab him with a stim pack. Just boom.
The old Buoy
You
martini.
don't actually have to stab it.
Absolutely.
No, this is them
He
working
starts
their
from the back of the room and
I imagine Bowie's just working out his aggression. And this is for me. You getting me in trouble with?
This is for dirty mics. God.
Sorry, I don't know where that came from.
So Carson, you regain 4 hit points from that stim pack, and I would like all 3 of you to take a perception survival test.
One success.
1 success.
Okay. The 2 of you, both as you like bring Carson up, poof, and you hit the floor, you hear more hits of the more beats on the wood, more than you just dropping him. Like someone just took
weird.
2 steps.
Did it sound like it came from above us or in front of us?
With only 1 success, you don't know more than that.
As I'm like coughing up, looks like we got company.
Buoy, let's get him
I'm
out of the house.
obviously trying to make sure there's no more blood and make sure that Carson's going to be okay.
So as they're doing this, Cookie, you're cutting the last body free. It goes and sails down the cliff and disappears into the mist. Yeah, it's the fog parts. Okay. What do you do, Cookie?
I'm gonna start heading in.
You heard a "ah" from inside.
Right.
Okay. You come up. You step into the door frame when you see. What are you guys doing?
Buoy, let's go. Let's get him out.
So nod, kind of help Carson to his feet.
Cookie, help us. Come on.
Yeah, I got it. Why the hell's he sucking on driftwood?
It's Bowie's.
He comes out with a piece of bark.
That's not really an answer.
I imagine it was my. And then you kind of see
This
me
isn't
like
the
pull-
first time you guys have seen the willow bark. I mean, this, even if you get a hook caught in your finger,
Which is funny because my friend did that on July 4th while he was fishing. And
Oof.
he got the hook so far in there that he couldn't remove it without going to the ER because it would cause nerve damage. And it was just horrible. But my point is, I think you guys have seen my medical approach before, and it involves bark. Deal with it.
I just imagine as you're saying that, you can see me like spinning it out and then pulling my jacket open, so you can see that nice green, fresh, bloody, probably by this point darkened hole. It's like
Green?
because he used the green
yeah.
putty.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
It's
it's the hell.
I was like, dude, it's pond scum, straight up like frog eggs and.
So is that shotgun still hanging up there?
No, it was shot.
It was shot, but it's still there.
Yeah, grab it.
I'm gonna grab it.
Okay. Yeah, you take it off. It's kind of just mounted, and it's not too hard. You pull the nails out around the board, and you have that. You now have a sawn-off shotgun
All right.
with no ammo.
It has the unreliable trait because it was shot with another shotgun.
What?
This is what happens to Buoy sometimes. This is what he talks about when he's like, it's Mother Earth.
Speaking in tongues. Yeah. All right, so
Okay, the deep.
you start dragging Carson out.
Carson, you heard that?
Yep.
Wait, Cat. What? Heard what?
Out of the house. Everyone out of the house now.
Yeah,
And
no,
so you
I
pull
got
out
it.
the
I got it.
knuckles and start putting them back on.
As you're being drugged.
Well, no, I got picked up. And
No,
then-
they're dragging you
I
out.
like
Oh,
to
yeah,
think
yeah, we're
that I
dragging you
was
out.
walking
Let me get up.
him over my shoulder, with the arm over the shoulder, like the classic kind of like movie.
I can walk. Let me get up.
So halfway down the hallway, Carson starts wiggling like a worm, and you're like, all right, fine, get
up.
yourself up.
Then get up.
And we let him go, and he falls face
Yeah.
first on the floor.
Yeah, and then quickly, like I'm gonna like hobble because now I got to get my momentum under me because I've been
So,
dragged.
Captain, we expecting company?
I don't know. Everyone, get yourself together.
All right, my shotgun is I'm sorry. Shotgun on my shoulder. My hunting rifle is out.
Okay.
Pull out the pistol.
Okay. And you guys are now all outside, out back.
Yep.
Okay. The noise you heard has not continued since you heard the initial bump.
All right, Captain.
They never
What'd you hear?
shared the noise because I didn't hear the noise.
No,
Right?
you didn't. It was just me and Carson.
Cap, what you hear?
Heard 2 thumps.
Someone's walking around.
Someone else was in there.
Upstairs?
Don't know. But we need to be cautious. Carson, you take the rear.
I will say, Captain, you don't just trap an empty house like this.
No.
Yeah, I think it's raiders or slavers. That's my opinion. We got hoodwinked hard on this.
Or that son of a bitch Liam.
But the safer way might be to go around, not through the hallway with, the trap, with the mudhound trap. Go around the kitchen and the living room. There's an upstairs we didn't check. Also, maybe look through the windows.
Yeah, so I'm going to look upstairs, or what would be the second story. Are there any windows out here?
There are 2 out back.
Up on the top?
Yeah.
I'm looking.
Okay. Take a perception.
I'm handing Carson a rag for the blood coming out of his mouth.
No, 0 successes.
Yeah, you don't see nothing.
All right, then I'm going to pull in close to the house.
Okay.
Do you want me to go back in, up the stairs, you guys? Because there's an outside stairs up as well,
Nope.
correct?
Just
inside?
staircase inside.
Back in.
Carson?
I'm confused. You're chewing on the damn driftwood. You're going to go back upstairs? You got it in there for some reason, right?
You know how it is? Just a little bit of painkiller. He pulls out like the wad of like spit and just like flings it on the ground. Just a little numbing. But we got to get in here because there's work to be done.
Yeah, there's someone else in there. We gotta find him.
Yep.
You think it's the guy?
Don't know.
You think it's Liam?
No. That fool, he's got 1 leg. He couldn't beat us up here.
I'm going to say we head back in, and I'm going to go around the kitchen over. I'm going to try to avoid the trap, because I don't think we can jump the hallway trap, right? Is it?
I'm just leaning in the door. Hey, if you come on down now, we won't shoot you right away.
Cookie,
Yep.
you hear the sound of someone pulling back the hammer on a gun.
Okay, guys, he's armed. I hear him.
Oh, shit. He had a spare shotgun just for the front door.
You want us to try again?
Go ahead, Cookie.
See, this is why you wanted that grenade, because you just could have tossed that right upstairs.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Why didn't you grab that damn grenade, Buoy?
Point is, we can handle this.
Okay, we changed our mind. You can come on down. We won't shoot you.
This is a very
But you gotta uncock that gun. I heard it.
All right, take a charisma speech check.
I'm gonna use one of those.
Okay.
Oh my god, I got a success!
What was your speech charisma?
4. I rolled a 3.
All right.
I got kind eyes.
Yeah, let me think about that.
that
So
he can't see.
you're going to hear a gun uncock.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Now come down slow and be careful. There's a bunch of traps in there.
You hear distantly, why don't you come to me?
Well, because there's 4 of us down here. There's only one of you up there.
Just one, huh?
Well, there's only one. All right. You're right. I don't know. I don't rightly know. Captain, it's kind of past my pay grade.
Peter, is that you up there?
How do you know his name?
It's just silent.
Peter, come on down. We're not here to hurt you.
You think that's the guy?
Take a charisma speech check.
2 successes.
How you know my name?
Oh my god, it is the guy.
I got friends, just like you.
You was the one we came to come see.
Cookie.
Yeah, sorry, Captain.
You ain't the first one to come knocking saying that. What do you want?
Who do you have with you, Peter?
First things first, what's your name?
Flint. Flint Strickland.
Captain. Tell him it's Captain.
Captain. Sorry. Captain. Flint Strickland.
Why you here, Flint Strickland?
I heard you got news about the Scarecrow.
Tired of hearing about that damn ship.
What about it?
All I know is there's been nothing but trouble since I took that kid out of the surf.
What kid? Where is he?
By the way, you still don't have eyes on this guy.
Yeah.
Just you hear him from inside the house. You guys are all outside.
Yeah.
He dead. All right? Is that enough for you? He's dead.
What happened to him?
His wounds was too bad. Couldn't do nothing for him. He died. Some 5 days passed.
It's a real shame, Peter. I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, you coming in and tossing up my house don't happen to help that none.
Hey, this house attacked us first. We were just here to talk.
Oh, yeah. Talk. Said the last 3 crews that came through
And
here.
we ain't the last 3 crews, all right?
Yeah, you're number 4, and you're coming for the same thing they all did. I ain't gonna give up nothings.
Make him an offer. He don't got to give it up. He got to trade it.
How about I give you a fifth of the findings?
Fifth of what? Fifth of death? There ain't nothing to find out there.
You don't even have to come with
The
us.
Scarecrow's a lost cause.
Then it shouldn't matter if you tell us where it is now, would it?
Take a charisma barter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got this. Can we assist?
Yeah.
And so the only people that know that
Okay. So are you going to add anything to this roll right now?
no.
Okay.
Well, I don't know that they threw lurkers over the edge.
No, you do not.
Yeah. Okay.
So, Carson, how are you? You'll roll here in a second. However, how are you assisting?
So he's, Captain Flint's trying to articulate
Yep.
that there is
What do you say?
a reward. So that's what I'm going to try to sing his place. You said, hey, then it doesn't matter. My response would be like, look, you tell us where this scarecrow's at. We get out of your hair, no further trouble. And when we make our pay, we can throw in a few caps to make up for what we took from you. Setting off that shotgun and damaging your house, right? It's only fair.
All right. So roll 1d20,
1d20.
and if you get any successes, you're adding to Captain Flint's roll.
Okay. Charisma and barter.
Yep.
Let me try the 7. Come on. 17. It's like 7.
Okay. So Flint,
It's divisible by 7.
So I already spent a cap, so I'm just going to roll one extra.
Okay.
So I don't have anything in barter, so it's just flat 7. Man. Ugh. You know what? I really don't like that.
spend that luck.
I'm going to spend a luck. To
So one
reroll.
complication, you spend the
get
luck
rid
to
of-
I roll
get rid of it.
11, 12, and a 20. I'm going to re-roll that 20. 3. One success.
One success. 1/5
1/5.
and 200 caps right now, here and now.
Captain, what do you think it's worth? I'm whispering quiet.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you think the haul's worth? I mean, we talking about bringing in the krill?
Oh, man. Cookie, if the rumor's right, we'll be set for good.
Well, shit, I'm in for 50.
I'm gonna start
Boy.
fishing my caps out of my pocket. Ching-ching-ching.
I got a bit. I got 60 I can give.
Not just 50. 50 each, right? 4 of us, 50? That's
100.
200.
Yeah,
200?
we can do it. All right. 200. Here and now. 1/5 of the proceeds.
All right. I'm coming out. Nobody shoot.
Put your gun away.
It's away.
Okay, I sling my shotgun back over.
Put my knuckles away.
Buoy, you have any weapons out in the first place?
Yes, I had my bow, but I had sort of set it on the floor while I was helping Carson. So I'll put my arrow back in the quiver. Then I head out.
And Flint, is your pistol even out?
No, not right now.
Okay. So, a moment passes, and you guys hear of a latch being unlocked, and you can see the 3rd staircase to the 7th staircase pop open as a trap door, and it lifts up, and you see him lift it up.
Sorry.
And he lifts it up, and you can see a older man, maybe in his late 60s, gray hair, salt wrinkled face, maybe a little bit of liver spotting, not much. He's got some worn out, cracked spectacles on the tip of his nose, and he has no guns in his hand. Behind him, distantly, you can kind of see that it's kind of like a panic room behind him. You see there's shelves of cans and other things that are all laid out in there. As he lifts up the staircase, the false staircase, you can see that each board has a hole in it so that he can look up as anyone's walking by. And you see him come up there. He's like, "We see him the caps."
Here you are.
And you toss him?
Yep.
Okay. You toss a little bag with 200 caps in it. He kind of feels it. He turns around. You see him pull up a holotape, and he throws it to you. You catch it.
Yep.
That's all the kid said. I started recording it when he started getting delirious near the end. That's all I can do.
And where did you find him?
Some locals down near Southport found him and brought him to me. I took care of him the best I could, but in the end, couldn't do nothings. As soon as anyone heard that he was a survivor, I assume the locals in Southport spread the news. I've had people come and threatening me on the daily. I got sick of it, so I started placing traps and whatnots around here, keeping them out. I hope those bodies out there would have taught them a lesson, I hope those bodies out there would have scared them off, but it ain't seemed to do nothing.
Well, they're a little bit above the fog line.
Well,
Yeah, well, and you can't even see him unless you go in the back.
You can see him from the bay.
I'd just like to say, good job, sir. You scared the hell out of me.
We didn't see him from the bay.
Well, the fog was blocking it.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it.
I gotta say, Peter, you're a crafty fella.
Well, just don't tell nobody. Got it?
Lips are sealed.
And poof, the staircase drops down.
Peter, one last thing. You should know.
What? And he's like muffled through the staircase.
You got the Dreadclaw coming your way.
Shit. And you hear the sound of cans banging, and like all of a sudden it pops back open, and you see he's got a bag, and he's like pouring things into a bag. God damn it! It was going so good.
I'm sorry, Peter.
I don't want to hear nothings. All I want is my 1/5 when you find the scarecrow.
And where are you gonna be?
I don't know. I'll find you. And as he's pushing things into a burlap sack, tin cans and whatnots.
I look at the captain. Captain? And I point at the sawed-off shotgun. Yeah, I mean, it's his. Should I leave it?
Peter, you need this?
He looks at it. No, the shells were old anyways. I got nothing left. Keep it.
You stay safe now, Peter.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Now hurry up.
He looks at you like, you told me to hurry up. You're the one who came here to ruin my life.
I like how he says nothing plural. It's nothings.
Buoy, you got one of them players, right?
One of them what?
Wait, so we need like an actual player for...
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Captain, we ain't gonna play it here, are we?
Oh, the whole...
You have one on your
Oh,
ship.
shit.
I mean, if Gregor's Bend's coming up, we should go off to the side, hide, let him come past us, and then run down.
You're not wrong there, Cookie.
We should go now.
Let's get moving.
All right, so you guys go run out the front door? Or the back door?
Around the back, because that's the only way
Yeah,
we know
that's-
is safe.
It's the only secure way.
Yep. Well, as you say that, you guys get up and you start to move, and you hear outside, "Hey, Flint, you in there?" And you recognize the voice of Dirty Mike. And that's where we're gonna end it.
Oh, come on! Thank you for joining us on another NCRP Productions podcast. We couldn't do this without you, so please like and subscribe everywhere we're found, including YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Google, Apple, Spotify, and other great podcast sites. If you'd like to help us continue making more content, we'd love to have your support on our Patreon. And we'd like to give a special shout out to our current patrons, our Siegson Employees of the Month, Michael H., Greg K., F.S., and our Breaker of Seals, Frank H., Christopher C., Matthew K. Thank you all. We truly, truly appreciate it. And a very special thanks to our fantastic artist, Jacob Blackmon, who you can reach on his Patreon under his name, or Deviant Art under the name Prodigy Duck.